Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I know it's very difficult to behold your breath at this last moment. I do understand, because I might be sitting on this side of the river, but the scenario is same. Well, for coming maybe 10 minutes, I'll really give you a food for thought, because I've worked for this for maybe 2 years down the line. The point of discussion today is what? The challenges in technical education. We all know there's only one challenge, how to get the job to a person who's doing a professional degree. That is the only challenge. It is all associative, that you have employability, you have got quality of teachers, you have got less practical exposure and things like that. I've got two questions to make. Do you think that as a Vice Chancellor I am a soothsayer, I am an astrologer, that I can predict that after 4 years this company is going to perform like this and your son or daughter is going to get placed in that company? We all know that the company which got the best employer award that year got shut down because of the financial problems inside the company. So how can I predict? I'm not a soothsayer, I'm not an astrologer. If a father comes to me and asks, "Sir, would you get my son job in X company?" I really do not know whether the X company will be having projects then or not. Number two, we say practical exposure. The question is, what do you mean by practical exposure? We all have done that experiment, no? We all know. We all have done that experiment. Say yes or no. What did we were intending to learn what? The laws of gravity. But you know what we learned out of that experiment? How to operate the stopwatch. Nothing more than that. Because we all know that we all plotted that straight line, because everybody was plotting that straight line like that. Let's be truthful. So the challenges are manifold. It's not just simply talking in and talking out and closing the day over a cup of coffee or maybe a wonderful dinner. So, now in 8 minutes, I'll get you something, which serves the purpose also. Okay. The entire spread of the discussion would be like this, that I'll be talking about why this gap is there. And, I'll not talk about it. It's the silence of the lambs. The academia is silent. The industry is silent. They say that we are talking to each other. But do you know any model which is absolutely workable, which is viable, and which is working? I am going to tell that because I know, I have figured out what is the need of the hour. And I'm going to give you a solution which is known as the academic adoption, which has been absolutely, perfectly implemented as of now, as of today. We are going to talk about that quickly. The gap is, the expectations are contrasting, absolutely contrasting. Industry wants day one ready person. That a person comes to the industry and day one, he is productive. Means morning 9 o'clock he joins, by 5 o'clock he gives business. That is the expectation. The expectation even varies from industry to industry. A software industry may have an expectation which is absolutely different than another software company. So that is too difficult for an academia to cope up with. How many of you belong to industry in this group? Just 2-3 hands? 4 hands. And we are talking about academia industry interaction, just 4 hands. I know about him. He'll be always present in an event like this because he belongs to a company which has got a specific focus on academia interaction. That is why he's sitting over here. But how many local industry people are sitting out here? 2, 3, 4 in a house such big like this? Change in technology. The industry people are always after what? The market. Look to your specs. 2 years down the line, the expectation out of your specs are different. They were different. And today, you are expecting something else. So industry has to cope up with what? With the market trends. In academia, my. We only look to what? Is the company coming for the placement drive to my campus? And how many, sir, how many you're going to, what kind of figure you have in mind? That is my expectation. Do you think I should be bothered about? No. I should not be talking to the industry whether you're coming to my campus for recruitment or not. No, I should not be talking. Has the limitation towards what? I'm afraid on experimentation on curriculum. There are a lot many, focus lights on me. Lot many focus lights with non-definition of the illumination of each of them. I've got a lot many focus lights and I'm too scared to do any kind of experimentation with my curriculum. So that is the problem with me. I'll always have a phase shift because by the time today this conference is over, the technology over there might have changed. Out. Faculty, Dr. Mukesh, there are some exceptions also that people who belonging to the first crust toppers have joined. I suppose I consider myself to be one of them. It's not always the last lot, but there are certain believers who can deliver, have joined the education also, but not all of them. None of my faculty members want to get abreast with what's happening. If I talk to a computer science doctorate, and if I ask him, what do you mean by vanilla ice cream? He'll just say, what are you asking for? He does not know that it is a patch for Android. Because he's not abreast. He does not know what do you mean by cognos. Why? Because he has stopped studying, he has stopped reading. So that challenges will always be there. Now look to this slide. This is something, which is going to be the crux. There are phobias. In academia, the phobia is just one. I'm not going to do anything new. I'll have a cut, copy, paste of something. Maybe if I want to do something new, I'll look to MIT, I'll look to Stanford. This is my phobia. As a student, I do not know about three things. What to do, why to do, and how to do. Only just three things I do not know. Rest all I know. About parents, they always run around for what? For the validation of the degree. Manyata is the only word which they talk about. Industry is, as I said, it is engrossed. It is totally engrossed into themselves. They are not selfish. They are not selfish, no. But they are more self-centered because they need to cope up with the growth which is happening outside. And society by and large, they haven't gulped the privatization of higher education. They have already taken in the privatization in school education, senior secondary education, they have accepted. All of us sitting over here, our kids have studied in private schools. So by and large, secondary and senior secondary education has taken a lead there. Society has not gulped the privatization of tertiary or maybe quaternary education. So this is the phobia. Need of the hour is, let's talk, that the industry to be ready to accept the student at the entry level. Why after 4 years? The boy is ready for you right now. Make a profile for him. Make a profile. He might not be knowing mechanical engineering as of now, but he knows that how to report, how to collate, how to assimilate the thoughts. Use him for that. Use him for that. Academia to design flexible. Let's be open to design. Let the world approve or disapprove. Because the best approval can only be given by the student who's performing. None else than the student can approve. Student will have to be ready for the hardship. What kind of hardship? Like no vacations. Do you know a person who joins NDA does not have vacation for 2 years? A person who joins civil services sitting at the Lal Bahadur Shastri Academy does not get vacation for 1 year. So why a student should get a vacation? Because he needs to be ready for tomorrow. Parents need to understand that now the kid has grown up. Let me give you two examples. One is my mother. Still, when I'm traveling by train, says, "Kisi ke haath se kuch khana nahi." Because I'll always be kid for her. Like this, in my model, the parents were sitting along with the students. And I said that your son or your daughter has grown up. If you do not know that they have grown up, go and look to their Facebook accounts. You'll come to know that they have grown up. So, parents should understand that the kids have grown up. If they are going to industry for doing a job or for doing an interns or for doing a virtual working, you do not have to bother where he's going to take lunch. Because the kind of statements he makes at the Facebook or a Twitter, he's comfortable. He's absolutely comfortable because he watches passionately Man versus Wild. Do you all agree to that? Society needs to have patience. Now, this is something, which we have done at Madhya University. We have crafted a program called Academic Adoption. Let me tell you what happens is, in the very first year, even before the session has started in August, in July, the company comes and does the interview and test of the students and selects the student on day one. They adopt the student. I've got now the success stories. I'll share that success story with you. They come, they conduct the test, not for C++ or C or data warehousing or data mining or machine design or strength of material. No, the basic aptitude. How do you look to a particular thing? They conduct that. They select the student on the basis of interview and their perception towards the hardships. Their perception towards having a balance between what? That a person can work from Monday till Friday afternoon and start working from Monday afternoon again. So you've got a window available for what? Friday afternoon till Monday morning, Monday afternoon. So they select. I keep them for first year. That is known as window 0. I've divided this entire span into windows. The window 0 is a soak-in period, wherein actually he's allowed to sit in the classes, regular 6 courses, done. But the industry people are going to come over there. They talk about the safety measures. They talk about the expectation. They talk about the profile. They talk about the kind of interaction they are going to have. Even they talk about what? The leave policies of the company. Then you've got a window of the winter break, wherein the students, they study a set of courses for the next term over here in the accelerated pace mode. And they've got a window, as I said, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, a bit of time, and Friday, a bit of time, and you put the rest of the courses in that span period of time. So the degree is getting through in 4 years without any academic compromises, Let me tell you, all these students on academic adoption will be solving the same midterm examination and end-term examination as their fellow members in the conventional mode, who are not selected as of now. But they always have a window in second year, they always have a window in third year. So by the end of third year, by and large, I'm not looking for what? For the placement drive, I'm looking for academic adoption drive for the batches to come. I'll show you a quick go onto the windows and how these windows, they sum up for the completion of the semester courses within. These are the windows. So it has been distributed into 0 to window 14, and the last summer term window is available to them for industry-specific inputs if desired. There are fourfold benefits. Number one, the industry gets hands. I still remember, I've worked with him for 4 years, Professor Kalam. Once he was selecting a group of students from an institute for DRDO. Somebody asked him that, what are you looking into a person? He says, I'm not looking anything, I want hands to work for. And I'm going to get hands. Rest all, I'll grace else I'll actually work with them. I want hands as of now. So that is where the crux of the things lies. So he's going to complete this. The second fold, the student is getting money out of it. 6,000 rupees in the first year, 8,000 rupees in the second year, 10,000 rupees per month I am talking about in the third year, and 12,000 rupees in the fourth year. He is actually, in the first year, he's not taking any money for his hostel accommodation or for his pocket money. In second year, he is a bit self-reliant in both the pocket money, hostel, plus some tuition fee. In third year, he becomes absolutely self-reliant. And to talk about what? This is the roadmap, which is for the present semester students. They'll be actually moving on to their jobs from 4th of February. This is the complete, defined, designated calendar for these academic students, academic adoption students. Learning outcome, forget about what do you mean by industrial exposure. They are already there. They're already there. Second, they are on job. Once they complete their degree, they've got complete 3.5 years of experience certificate from the company. Fourth, the company has got an employer for 4 years. My friend over there, he asked me one very important question. What if the company after 1 year says, Maza nahi aa raha? Come back. Because from window, you will be again transferred to what? To your semester. Because there is a window always available. If a student gets selected in 7th semester, he moves on to what? To his window. And he's comfortable that way. He's earning, he's learning and doing things like that. These are certain success stories. More than 60 of my students have been now adopted by companies like Alpala, Yodeva Plastics, Him Technoforge, Karman Infotech, and the Shapers. So 60 students are working, actually working with these industries. I suppose the need of the hour is to think out of the box. But nobody told me, where is the box? So let's define the box today. Rest all will be done on its own.